Yes, you can even gel print with weeds. Hi, my name's Holly and I'm a mixed media artist and printmaker from Hertfordshire in the UK. Today I'm going to do some gel printing with weeds. These are things that are really easy to get hold of, so if you're a beginner at gel printing, they're a really easy way to start. And if you've got a weedy garden like mine, then you'll find lots of them. I've pressed them a little bit to use them today, but other than that, they are ready to go. And I often find that weeds are the best things to print with because they have really delicate bits and pieces on them. So let's get started. So if you're new to gel printing, then there's a few things that you'll need. So obviously you'll need a gel plate. I'm using an A5 gel plate today. You'll need a roller. You'll need a bit of scrap paper to use as roll-off paper. You'll need some water so that you can clean off your plate, and you'll need some kitchen towel so that you can wipe off the excess paint that you don't want on your plate. So today I'm actually going to use some different paints that I've not really used much before, and they're actually from Tiger in the UK. Well, I think they're across Europe, but I wanted to see how they worked, and actually having tried them a little bit, they actually work quite well. They are a little bit more liquidy than the paints that I usually use, but they give a really nice subtle effect. So I've got all sorts of different colours here, and I'm going to have a go with them. So to start with, I'm just going to pick one of the colours. So I'm going to go with this greeny colour. I'm just going to add it onto the plate. With this paint, you don't really need very much. So, well, with all paint, you don't really need very much, but particularly with this paint because it's quite wet. So a little goes a long way. So I'm going to go with two different colours on the plate. I always say, if you've watched any of my other videos, then you'll see that I always say the biggest mistake that people make when they're gel printing is to use too much paint. And honestly, you really don't need very much. So although you can't see this very well because it's quite subtle colours, that has coated the plate quite well. So what I'm going to do now is just place my weeds down on the plate. Now I don't know why, but I get myself in this, like, I always feel like I need them to be growing from the bottom of the plate, but you can place them however you want to. You could put them at angles from different sides of the plate if you wanted to, or however you wanted to do it. I'm just going to use copier paper today. So this is just A4 copier paper, just quite thin paper. I often use that in my gel printing actually. So I'm just going to press down on the plate quite firmly. Some people use a roller, but I'm just going to use my hands just because I like to get in between all the bits of plant. And because these paints are quite wet, they don't dry as fast as the paints that I usually use. So just bear that in mind. You might have a little bit more time to work. And then when you're happy that you've got your silhouette, you can pull it up. If you think there's bits that are missed, you can always go back down over it before you've fully pulled it up. Now I really like that really subtle image. I hope you can see that there. And you can use this as a background or in all sorts of different things. So yeah, that's one print. Okay, so then you can pull off your foliage or your weeds, and you can print them onto another sheet of paper. Now this is the ghost print part. Again, I'm going to use copier paper here. Because I said as the paint is quite wet, so it doesn't dry too quick. It means that I can just put another piece of paper straight down, and it should hopefully pull a print up. I don't need to use another colour to pull it up. And because the colours I'm using are very subtle, if I use another colour, you might lose the ghost print anyway, so you wouldn't even see it. So you want it to almost dry onto your plate now. The more I rub it with my hands, it's just putting a bit more warmth onto the plate to try and encourage it to dry onto the plate. Okay, when you think you've done it, you can just pull the corners just to see what's happened. And you can see it has started to pull. If it hadn't started to pull, I could have placed it back down and carried on, but it is pulling, so that's fine. Then when you pull that back, you can see it has actually worked. And that's a really nice, subtle image. So if you don't want it to be really dark, then that's really nice image. That'll work really well for you. Also, I really like all the detail on these weeds, all the little bits of the flowers and the leaves. Like, it's really pretty. So now I'm going to try and print with some different colours, but onto tissue paper. So I'm just going to put a bit of paint here. You don't want too much, but you don't want too little. So you're just going to spread that across the paint. Okay. Now you can't see the colours very well because the paint is quite delicate, but hopefully it should come through when we pull the print. So I'm just going to put the foliage down on the plate. Like so. And then I'm going to find a piece of tissue paper and place that down over the top. Now the tissue paper that I'm using is not wet strength. I know a lot of people that print with tissue paper, or with gel plate, sorry, with tissue paper, they use wet strength, but I don't usually use wet strength. I find that the normal tissue paper does work, but you just have to be a little bit careful with it because it is quite delicate when you're like smoothing it out and when you're pulling it, just to make sure that you don't rip the paper. I'm just going to press down between all the bits of foliage here. Okay. When you're happy that you've got as much detail as you want to, you can pull that back. There we go. Again, a really subtle image, but quite pretty. And it's pulled up some of the bits that were already on the plate from my last printing session. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Hopefully you can see that the colour there is very delicate. So if you want to pull off all the pieces of the plant, what I'm going to do is print over the top of this print here that I did earlier, just because it's different colours. So if you just do your best to line it up with the gel plate, and just smooth it down just to make sure that you pull all of it off. And like I say, the more I smooth down my hands, then hopefully it will just dry the paint onto the paper from the plate. I can be quite sort of impatient with this bit. Okay, and then you can see that it's put a really interesting, pretty pattern over the top of the first one. It's quite nice and subtle, but it's very pretty. Okay. Next, I'm going to try printing on this mixed media paper that I've got. It's a bit thicker. It's got more of a texture to the surface, so we'll see how the paints work on that. So I think I'm going to go with some greeny colours. As I always say, don't use too much paint. And then I'm going to place my weeds back down on the plate. Unfortunately, the more you use these, they do start to disintegrate, but that's the same with any foliage, really. You just have to be careful. Okay, so then I'm just going to place my paper down on the plate and smooth it down. And this paper is a little bit thicker than the other papers, so you've really got to work hard to try and make sure it picks up as much detail as you can. There we go, and then we get another really nice subtle image. Maybe great. It almost looks a bit like watercolours. It's really pretty, and with the silhouettes on there. So then I'm going to try and print the ghost print as well on some more mixed media paper. If I've waited too long, it would have dried, but we'll soon find out. I'm going to make sure that it's just dried off onto the plate. And when you're ready, you can just peel it back and see if it's working. Oh, it's not worked as well as some of the others just because I think it's dried a little bit, but you can see how pretty it looks though, even with just some of it coming off. Okay, so next I'm going to use a bit of thicker sort of mixed media paper. What I've done is I've got an A4 sheet here and I've divided it into 6 squares, and then I've cut the squares out so that they're like a little concertina, like that. And what I'm planning on doing is making a little book with them. So I'm going to take these 2 bits together so that we've got a little book. There we go. I've taped them together in the middle there, so now it makes a little concertina book. So the idea is that I'm going to print on these, and then I can use it to do to sketch on as backgrounds. So I finished printing in my little mixed media booklet that I've made, and next I'm going to probably use this as like some sort of a sketchbook and use these pages as backgrounds, and I'll let you know how I get on with that. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and it's given you some ideas on some things you'd like to go and do with your gel prints and your gel printing, and some ideas on what sort of foliage to collect. If you've liked today's video, please like, subscribe and comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you've got some ideas of things that you'd like to see me do, I'd really appreciate it if you let me know in the comments. That would be great. Thanks.